Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Today, let's learn chapter 18 of Canto 1 with the title Maharaja Parikshit, cursed by a Brahmana boy. Sutta Muni, he said that the birth and the death of Parikshit is interesting. When Parikshit was in his mother's womb, he met death, stated as Mathur Udare Mritaha, by the Brahmastra launched by Ashwatthama. Only by the mercy of Lord Krishna, Parikshit was alive. Such was the wonderful act of Lord Krishna, stated as Krishnasya Adbhuta Karmanaha. It is also a reminder for us that no matter how big the problem is approaching us, when the Lord is with us, we don't have to worry about it. So Parikshit was fearless to face death, and he was brave enough to surrender all his wealth, and he dedicated his remaining days listening to the glories of Lord Krishna, listening to the God stories. Continuously, after listening to the stories of Lord Krishna, Parikshit became spiritually attached, and he gave up his body on the banks of the holy river Ganges. When Parikshit was informed that he was cursed to die by the bite of a snake named Takshaka, he remained calm because he was always a devotee of Lord Krishna, and he had surrendered himself to the Lord, because of which he remained calm. Those who constantly think of the Lord and have surrendered themselves to his holy feet will not be affected by illusions even during the last moments of their lives, stated as Nasyat Sambramo Antakale. The moment Lord Krishna left earth and returned to Vaikuntha, Kali entered. Parikshit saw the best in everything, and he took the essence, the best essence out of everything, like how the bees take the essence from a flower. With his divine intellect, he understood that in Kali Yuga, when you think of good deeds, it gives good results immediately. And when you think of bad deeds, only when you perform it, you get its results. So that's the reason why Parikshit did not kill Kali. Kali is afraid of those who have viveka, discrimination, vairagya, dispassion, and bhakti, devotion. So self-controlled people need not fear about Kali. Parikshit, the son of Abhimanyu, he was an efficient emperor that Kali surrendered to him. Shaunaka Muni, he wanted to hear more stories about Lord Krishna, and he requested Sutta Muni to describe more stories about Lord Krishna. All the sages present in Naimisharanya, they praised Sutta Muni. They told him that may you live for many years and have eternal fame, because you're beautifully narrating the stories of Lord Krishna, and that those stories are like nectar for us. It refreshes us. So all these sages, they're present in Naimisharanya near a sacrificial fire, and their bodies had blackened because of the smoke emitted from the fire, and these stories refreshed their mind. Sutta Muni, he started to describe the glories of the Lord with great enthusiasm. He said that all wish for Lakshmi Devi's blessings, but she wishes to do service to the Lord's lotus feet. When Lord Brahma washed the Lord's toenail, then gave birth to the holy river Ganges, which cleanses Lord Shiva and also the entire world. When birds fly in the sky, they have a limit to fly. Similarly, learned men also, they have a limit to access the glories of the Lord, because the glories of the Lord are infinite, Anantam. Sutta Muni, he replied that to the other sages, he will narrate the stories of Lord Krishna, his glories, to the level of what he has comprehended, which shows his humility. Once, Parikshit had gone for hunting. After a while, he was hungry and thirsty. Later, he spotted an ashram of sage Shamika. The sage was seated in deep meditation, a state called as samadhi. So Parikshit, because he was extremely thirsty, he asked sage Shamika for some water to drink. But Shamika was in deep meditation that he did not hear it. For a moment, pride took over Parikshit and he felt humiliated and he felt no one welcomed him. New emotions started to emerge in Parikshit, which he had never felt before, Abhutapurvaha, and he felt two strong emotions. One is envy, which is Matsarya, and the other one is anger, which is Manyu. So he took a dead snake lying on the ground and he placed it around the neck of sage Shamika, who was in deep meditation. So like his name, Parikshit, which Parikshit means to examine. So like his name, he wanted to examine whether sage Shamika was really in meditation or was he pretending, and then he left. Sage Shamika had a young son called as Shringi. He was filled with divine grace. So when he was playing with his friends, few of his friends, they ran towards him and they told him that Parikshit had, kept a dead snake around the neck of his father, sage Shamika. The moment he heard this, he was filled with anger and he asked, the kings are supposed to protect the subjects. So just because Lord Krishna is not with us, how can he do this? Is there no one to punish him? So I will punish him. So immediately he went to the nearby Kaushiki river. He took some water and he cursed Parikshit that from today, on the 7th day, you will die by the bite of a snake called Takshaka. Shringi, immediately he rushed to the ashram to see his father. And the moment when he saw Shamika with a dead snake around his neck, he started crying out loud to such an extent that it woke Shamika from his meditation. Sage Shamika, he opened his eyes and he saw the dead snake around his neck, so he placed it on the ground and then he inquired with Shringi the reason for his sadness. So Shringi narrated everything. He told what Parikshit had done and to which Shringi had cursed Parikshit. So when Shamika heard this, he was devastated. He asked his son, how immature are you to curse the king? Because the king is the one who protects his people. And when the king is not there, new enemies and thieves will enter the kingdom. And he quoted an example. When a shepherd is lost, all his sheep will wander and perish. Similarly, if a king is not there, all his people will wander and perish. He also told Shringi that Parikshit was a great devotee of Lord Krishna and he had no right to curse Parikshit for such a small act. So, sage Shamika, he prayed to Lord Krishna to forgive his immatured son. So, Sutta Muni, he ends this chapter by praising sage Shamika and his matured frame of mind. What can we learn from this chapter? How Parikshit remained calm when he was informed that he was going to die by the bite of a snake, because he was always a surrendered soul. So when you surrender your soul to the Lord, you will remain calm no matter what the circumstances. Fearlessness of Parikshit to face death, and how brave he was to give up all his material assets and dedicate his remaining time to listen to the stories and glories of Lord Krishna. Kali attacks only ignorant people, so self-controlled people need not worry about it. Matured mind of sage Shamika, and by listening to God's stories, it refreshes our mind.